Have you ever wondered what David Gilmour, the legendary Pink Floyd guitarist, thinks about the guitar greats? Today, we're diving deep as Gilmour names his 5 most overrated guitarists. Some of these names might shock you, and others will make you think twice about who really deserves the spotlight. Stick around because the full list and his reasoning might just change how you see some of your favorite players forever. Before we jump in, imagine this. What if your favorite guitarist was on this list? Would you still think they're the best? Stay tuned until the end, because we're breaking down Gilmour's reasons in detail. David Gilmour isn't just any guitarist. He's a master of tone, phrasing, and emotional expression. Pink Floyd's sound owes much of its magic to his playing, which has influenced countless musicians around the world. So when Gilmour talks about overrated guitarists, it's worth paying close attention. Gilmour believes that technical skill alone does not define greatness. He values feel, tone, and musicality over flashy solos or speed. This mindset shapes his choices when naming those he thinks are overrated. According to him, many players get too much credit simply because they're loud, fast, or famous, not because their music truly moves people. The key point here is Gilmour's focus on substance over style. He criticizes guitarists who sacrifice emotion for technique, or those who rely heavily on effects and tricks rather than pure, heartfelt playing. This sets the tone for the list. The first guitarist Gilmour calls overrated is Joe Satriani. Satriani is widely respected for his technical ability, instrumental prowess, and teaching some of rock's best guitarists. But Gilmour feels Satriani's playing can sometimes be too polished, lacking the raw emotion that makes music truly memorable. Satriani's speed and complexity may impress, but Gilmour argues it doesn't always translate to soul. Next on the list is Steve Vai. Vai is known for his wild stage presence and incredible skill. However, Gilmour points out that Vai's style often feels too theatrical and artificial. It's as if the music is a showcase for guitar tricks rather than an expression of genuine feeling. For Gilmour, this is where Vai misses the mark. These early picks reveal Gilmour's core criticism. Virtuosity for its own sake is not enough. He admires players who communicate emotion first, then technique second. Stay with me because we're only halfway through the list, and Gilmour's next choices dive even deeper into this debate about what really makes a guitarist great. Continuing with Gilmour's list, the third guitarist he names as overrated is Eric Clapton. Now, this is a surprising one for many, given Clapton's iconic status in blues and rock history. But Gilmour's critique isn't about Clapton's legacy or influence. It's about how the public views him. Gilmour explains that Clapton's playing is often romanticized to the point where people ignore his more repetitive or uninspired moments. For Gilmour, Clapton sometimes leans too heavily on a few signature licks without pushing his playing further. It's a nuanced take that doesn't deny Clapton's greatness, but questions the extent of his reputation. Next, Gilmour mentions Jimi Hendrix, widely considered one of the best guitarists ever. This part of the list is the most controversial. Gilmour stresses that Hendrix's innovation and groundbreaking techniques are undeniable, but he feels some of Hendrix's later work lacked consistency. Gilmour respects Hendrix's impact, but feels the myth around him sometimes overshadows critical listening. This reveals a crucial part of Gilmour's philosophy. Even legends have flaws, and not every note they play is a masterpiece. He encourages listeners to appreciate musicians with a balanced view. Finally, the fifth guitarist on the list is Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. Gilmour praises Page's creativity, but argues that his playing is sometimes overrated because it gets wrapped up in rock mythology. According to Gilmour, Page's riffs and solos can be uneven, and he relies heavily on studio effects or overdubbing, which can hide imperfections. At this point, you might be thinking, is Gilmour being too harsh? Or is he challenging us to look beyond fame and myth to find what truly matters in guitar playing? The answer lies in his deeper, musical values. David Gilmour's list isn't just about calling out famous guitarists. It's a lesson in how to listen to music with fresh ears and question popular opinions. His focus on emotion, tone, and feel challenges the idea that speed, complexity, or fame equals greatness. From this list, we learn that technical skill is just one piece of the puzzle. What makes a guitarist legendary in Gilmour's eyes is their ability to connect with listeners on an emotional level. That's why he admires players who keep their playing simple yet powerful, who use every note with purpose. Gilmour's own playing embodies these values. His solos may not always be the fastest or flashiest, but they're memorable because they say something. They tell a story, evoke feelings, and create atmosphere. So, what can you take away from this? When you listen to guitarists, whether they're famous or unknown, try to focus on how their playing makes you feel. Don't get distracted by flashy techniques or how many notes they can play per second. Instead, ask yourself, does this music speak to me? In the end, David Gilmour's list is less about who's overrated and more about what we value in music. It's a reminder that greatness isn't just about skill, it's about heart. If you enjoyed this breakdown of David Gilmour's take on overrated guitarists, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into music legends and guitar culture. And tell me in the comments, do you agree or disagree with Gilmour's picks? Who would be on your list?